Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning with Jesus. This is your opportunity to sit back and relax and to live once again in the beautiful energy of Jesus. So get your cup of coffee and your pen and paper so you can make any notes that occur to you while you're listening to this, and allow yourself to experience this beautiful, incredible energy that we know as Jesus. Okay, so I am Barbara, Amazing Grace Reynolds, and my co-hostess is the magical DC Love, and I will now let DC Love tell you all about herself.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning, everyone. This is the magical DC Love. I wanted to say that I started my journey, and I guess I started when I was really young because I saw spirit at a very young age, and I just thought, everyone did. I connect with the angels, the ascended masters, and for some odd reason, I've connected with Joan Rivers, and she's opened up the doorway to Crazyland. Since Joan has come through, I've had so many different celebrities come through as well. But before I connected with Joan, I just felt like I wanted to do something, to help people. I've always helped people, but I wanted to do it like maybe on a little bit larger of a scale. So I put an intention out to the universe to do something a little bit more meaningful, and then I found myself on this path. I tried to make sense of it. I connected with a psychic, and I didn't make sense of it. It just made my journey a little bit more crazy. But it's my journey, and I love it. The next thing I knew, I was on radio, as I am now. I started to give readings, and since that time, I've become a Reiki master and teacher in the Usui and Saki methods of Reiki. I also became certified with the American Federation of Certified Psychics and Mediums. And if you're able to connect with Joan Rivers the way I am, she'll say, DC, you're not only certified, you're certifiable. And I tell Joan, it's all good. But my purpose really is just to help people in a loving way. Love is what I am, and it's what I do, and it's what I listen to. Everyone, good morning. This is DC Love.
Thank you, DC.
Thank you, Barb.
So I am Barbara Amazing Grace Reynolds, and who I am is changing every day. But who I am known as is a freedom and empowerment life coach who uses a method called infinity healing to help people to transform their lives and to help me transform mine. I am a conscious channel, which I became taking steps, learning automatic writing, and then I began to hear, and now I channel, and it's all part of my evolution, just like each and every one of you is changing every day. So am I. You can learn more about either DC Love or myself by going to my website at divinelyguidedhealing.com and click on the tab that says Morning with Jesus. You scroll to the bottom, there are pictures of DC Love and myself, and there are buttons that say Learn More. And if you click on DC's button, it will take you to her website so that you can actually schedule a session with her if that's something that you're interested in. So just sit back, relax now, and listen to the beautiful messages that we are going to share with you on this last day of 2015. Oh my, the year has been such an interesting journey. So, DC, you want to start with your messages?
I do. The first thing I'm going to start with, it's just going to be a very small meditation with Jesus, if that's okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, great. Everyone, just sit back and relax. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths. Close your eyes and imagine that you're sitting with Jesus. Choose a place that brings you peace and joy. You sit down, and Jesus sits beside you. He turns toward you. You notice how happy he is. This is a time that you spend just with him. He says, hello, beloved ones. I am so happy to be here with you today, especially that it is the last day of 2015. But you can always talk to me. I'm here to listen. Please, give me all your worries and your cares. Let's have a heartfelt conversation. Do not be afraid to speak about what is on your mind. Please, just speak from your heart. On this New Year's Eve morning with Jesus, Jesus asks us to think about the new beginnings that are coming. Jesus now asks us to put our hand in his hand, and he's reaching out to each one of us with his love. He's telling us that whatever has happened in the past must remain where it belongs. He's asking, what do you need as we speak? Are there any burdens that are weighing you down? Tell me what is in your heart. I will bless you with that which is for your highest good. I am pleased that we have such a beautiful relationship. Tell me about all your joys. Give me everything that saddens you. Beloved one, I'm with you now. Tell me everything. Ask for help. I'm here and I want to help you. Please, sit with me for a moment. And as you sit, take a moment or two and tell Jesus each individually what is on your mind. Jesus thanks you, and he says, know that you can always come back. You can always spend time with me. I will be right here waiting for you. I love you, my child. Please, just come back whenever you need to talk. So on this New Year's Eve morning with Jesus, Jesus does ask us to think about the new beginnings that are coming, as well as the new year ahead, and he asks us to make the most of our days as we live our life with Jesus by our side. He asks that we reflect back on the year with appreciation and to look ahead with anticipation as we celebrate God's grace. Jesus also asks that we reflect on our accomplishments as well as what did not work for us during the year. And, to look at the missed opportunities and the mistakes that were made, but to move ahead with faith and confidence, knowing that we may not be perfect, assuring us that we are still a work in progress, and with Jesus by our side, anything is possible. He asks that we take time to show love to our family and to our friends, and to learn to give and receive love, and to express our love to as many people as possible. And Jesus asks that we start each day with his love and to bring love wherever it is needed. He wants each of us to move ahead with confidence in this new year ahead and to renew our spirit, bringing hope to our hearts as we pursue our passion with joy. He asks us to think about every aspect of our life and to be excited for what the new year is going to bring, and to pray each day and walk by faith and move forward into the new year. Jesus is going to increase our trust in his power and willingness that we know that he's going to provide for us. But he says, dear ones, before we can truly move forward into the new year, I want to remind you to put the past behind and also to forgive others and yourselves so that you truly may have a beautiful, blessed new year. And then Jesus asks that we start anew and be prepared for all the blessings that this new year is going to bring. And remember that God is our strength. He's our foundation. Enjoy the gift of each new day with God's love in our soul. May this new year be filled with God's grace and blessings. And may he continue to bless and strengthen each of you in the new year. And he says, I love you, beloved ones. Happy New Year's Eve morning, Jesus.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was just a little time that Jesus wanted to take to, reflect with us. And, of course, people can go back and they could spend more time with Jesus. He's always waiting. And I do have a little message as well.
Wonderful.
Okay. We are all one. We are divine love and light. We are sacred treasures that connect with the heart of heaven. May we thank God for all the blessings He has given us. He asks that we feel the loving warmth that irradiates outward from heaven to earth, illuminating any darkness within the world, connecting with all that is. Allow the love and light to transform your life, knowing you are divinely supported today, tomorrow, and always. God's love protects and always preserves. God asks, are you ready for the amazing journey that awaits you this upcoming year? Allow my love and light to guide you on your path. I will always hold you near and dear to my heart and help you to endure through even the darkest time. May your heart resonate with the sound of universal, unconditional love today and always. Excuse me. Beloved ones, always count your blessings. Look ahead to the new chapters in your life that are waiting to be written. God has seen you through every day of your life and will continue to be with you throughout the new year. Start off by giving thanks instead of complaining. Count your blessings instead of your problems. Always choose to be grateful. Praise God and be open to all the many miracles that are coming your way, as well as health and prosperity and abundance this new year. Thank God each day, consciously and consistently, recognizing and appreciating the things that you may be taking for granted. Pay it forward to others and expect nothing in return. Love and accept yourself just the way you are. Live more, need less, smile often, dream big. Never forget how fortunate you truly are. May light, peace, and love and true bliss be yours this upcoming year and beyond. As you go forth into the new beginning of this new year, be open to the possibilities and miracles that are waiting to happen, as well as the new beginnings that are coming your way. As the pages of one year comes to a close and we await the opening lines of January, pause and reflect on all the good that God has bestowed upon you. Prepare for all the wonderful that January will bring, as well as the blessings of the new year. May we cherish our family and friends and embrace our faith more fully. May we also thank the Lord for everything He has done in our life and will continue to do. May He renew the hopes in our hearts and cause our spirits to be born again. And Jesus says, I love you. Happy New Year.
Well, that certainly feels good.
It does. It really, really does.
You know, what am I? I don't know what I am today. You know, some days it's like you're being shown all of this stuff so that you can see where you are now as opposed to where you were before. So I'm actually going to be posting this big message on Facebook after we finish today. A wonderful friend of mine, you know her, Janetta. Her mother returned to her light body last night. And well, no, there's no sadness connected with it. That's the weird thing about it. And I think about the fact that, you know, it was a little over a year ago that my mother died. And I was working so hard not to go into all of that sadness and grief and despair and trying to figure out what it was I was supposed to learn from it. And so now when I look back over the last year and see all of the changes that have occurred in me and how much I have grown and experiencing this with her and how I feel about it, you know, all of that sadness that normally comes up when someone transitions, it's not there. And it was so funny because her mother would talk to me at times and give me messages to give to her. So yesterday, her mother gave me a message to give to her that told her how much she loved her and appreciated her and all of that. And I'm texting her this message and there's tears just running down my face. But I wasn't sad. They were just, you know, tears of love, really, is what they were. And then later that evening, she calls me and she tells me, okay, she's transitioned now. And I was out shopping, and I got into the car, and her mother was there with me, and she says, and tell her she needs to play this song, and she needs to play it loud, and she needs to sing, and she needs to dance, and she needs to enjoy herself. And she's telling me, do this now. And I'm like, I'm driving. I can't do it right now. And she was just so happy. Yeah, and she was there with my mother, and they were talking and giggling, and it was just hilarious. And so I get home and I I type up this message and attach the song and email it to her. And then she's like, well, call her so she'll know. And so I call her, and she's on the road because she had taken her son to Atlanta for the New Year's and was on her way back. And I told her, okay, your mother wants you to play this song, and she wants you to listen, and she wants you to play it loud, and she wants you to dance, and she's just having this amazing time, and she's so incredibly happy because she was. Because the ending of her life was very painful. She died from cancer, and it was also very freeing, because she and Janetta became closer than they'd ever been before. And she just wanted her daughter to know that she was thrilled to get to leave that body. She was just so thrilled to get to go back and be free of the pain and the confinement of being physical, and that there was absolutely no sadness there. And so Janetta and I were talking, and she wanted to know, who was there when Mom got there to greet her. And so I was checking in, and I was told there were over 3,000 of her ancestors there to greet her when she got there. So, she comes in
what a
huge
party, right?
and they're just having a party. Yes. And it was just so amazing. And it's just such a different way of looking at death, instead of all the sad gloom and, all of that stuff. And my guidance was telling me that all of that sadness and all of that stuff is actually the people who are still alive. They're thinking about they're not going to have that person in their life. What are they going to do? It was all of the people still in the physical are creating all of that sadness. I have yet to experience anyone who has transitioned who is not actually happy. So,
right.
It's just reinforcing that we really are eternal beings of light, and that we are not just these physical bodies, and that there really is no such thing as death.
No. Oh, there isn't. And we know that because of, the work that we do, that they're basically going back home again. And they're just, life continues. It doesn't end. Some people do believe that, like once we transition from this lifetime, that's it. The story's over, the book is closed, but that is so not true.
No, it's really not.
And as you and I know, like we both, we connect with people, and people's relatives, and we get messages. And, I receive tons of messages from Joan and different celebrities. So we know that, like, it's not the end. And, hopefully people will learn that it's sort of the same process as birth. It's like going back for a rebirth, They're both beautiful processes, but we only embrace the one process, the birth, when we come into the world. But as we leave, we're being born again into another lifetime.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, so let me see if Jesus is ready. Of course, Jesus is always ready, but I always check just in case, he's in the shower. He finds that funny. Okay, so here's his message. Yes, life is eternal. This is one of the reasons why some of you have always had difficulties. I'll call them difficulties with the whole idea of the second coming, of my returning. I never left. So there is no second coming. I'm always here. Just like each and every one of you has always been here. We are each a part of the Father, of God, of the source. And that source is infinite and eternal. There is no end. There never will be. And so there's really nothing to be worried about. We know that so many of you spend so much of your lives worrying about this and worrying about that, and oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if that happens? We find it very amusing. And it's not that we are laughing at you, because we're not. We're actually laughing with you. Because when you come back to yourself, to your truth, to who you really are, you also will laugh at the little thoughts you were having, at the little things you were doing, at how interesting it was. Because you will be focusing on the lessons that you have learned. And for some of you, that lesson in this lifetime is to learn not to worry, which means it's all part of the fun. And it's not this incredibly serious and heavy, I must get through this life. That energy is just interesting. We want you to know that you really are more, that you are not these bodies. When you came into these bodies, you decided to forget that. You decided to experience being in these bodies as who you are. When I came into my physical body, I decided not to forget that. I decided not to forget my connection with the truth, my connection with the source. I decided I wanted to live my life in the physical body knowing who I really was. And that allowed me a great deal more freedom than most of you experience, because I did not need to be weighed down with life. I knew that it was simply my grand adventure, just like your life is your grand adventure. And so no matter what you are experiencing or what you are deciding to experience, there's absolutely nothing wrong. And I know that sometimes that whole concept that there is no right, no wrong, everything is absolutely fine, is mind-boggling. And that's fine. That's just part of your adventure. So today, on the last day of this year, I'd like for you to spend a little time thinking about what your life would be like if you truly accepted that there was no right and there was no wrong. What would you do differently? How would you feel? How important would those things that you worry about be? When God allows you to come into these physical bodies and to experience this grand adventure, He doesn't say, you're on your own now. He never leaves you. He's always there for you. He is you. You are Him. There is no separation. And when you allow yourself to accept that truth, then you allow yourself to be watched over, to be provided for, to know that everything you need is always there. And for some of you, this seems like such an enormous step, such an enormous thing to accept. Because for so long you have lived in that belief that you have to prove that you are worth it before God will bless you. And this is just one of the many false beliefs that exist in this physical world that you're in. Let go of that. Let that be your intention for the new year. That you will finally accept that you are good enough. You are worthy. You are loved. You are always provided for. Start building that firm foundation of love. Love for yourself. Love for God. Love for everyone. And let that firm foundation help you to evolve even more in this physical world. You are all coming back to a deeper understanding of yourselves, of what life really is. And it's okay for you to actually have fun doing it. It's okay for you to laugh, to sing, to dance, to enjoy. And you don't need to have all of those distractions to make life bearable. Because there's nothing unbearable about life. It's your choice. Open up to the love within you. Open up to the love that is you. Open up to you. Now we have given Barbara Grace a reading. And we are asking now that she share it with you so that you will have a deeper understanding of you. Okay, I wrote this yesterday, and the question was, who am I? And this was the answer. You are love. Love is boundless. Love is free, ever flowing, always changing and evolving. Love never settles for less. It knows it is priceless. There is nothing too good for love. Love exists at all levels, so it never needs to compare itself to any other part of itself. Love is giving. It is never ending, so there will never be a time when it runs out. Love is honest. It sees itself for what it is in each moment as it evolves to being more. Love is. You are love. Okay. That's what I was supposed to share today.
That was
Any
beautiful.
final words?
You know what? I just want to give a little New Year's Eve morning blessing. So
Okay.
on this New Year's morning and the whole year through, Barbara and I hope the kindness you've given to others returns many times again to you. May hope, love, and warmth be in your heart's possession, and may the new year bring you and yours many blessings. May the Lord bless you and always keep you. May heaven's light shine on all that you do, and may health and happiness come to you, and love fill your heart throughout each day. So today we just want to wish, everyone that's listening a beautiful, last day of 2015, and go forth and, just have a magical, beautiful, magical 2016. I just feel like it's going to be so bright and so full of promise.
Yes, I feel that too.
And I feel Jesus is just shining his face, his light from his face is shining upon us, and he wants us to have peace today and and just go forward and, expect to have a blessed, healthy, and happy new year.
Definitely. And we, of course, send each and every one of you lots and lots of love. So you get to go forward and be who you truly are. And thanks, everyone, for listening, and we will talk to you in the new year. Yay!
That is so amazing. Yes, the new year. Oh, my goodness. We'll talk to you next year, everybody.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.